Hello guys, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah, just a minute. Yeah. So what we was talking yesterday, right? The course content which we covered and the prerequisites, right? So what I was telling as a prerequisite is you people need to have core Java knowledge, right? Basic core Java knowledge. That too from core Java, simple oops concepts, collections, right? Little bit exception handling. Okay. So the basic knowledge is enough. Then you can join this spring course. We will be starting with the first spring framework. This is the old framework and this is the new one, Spring Boot. We will be covering old framework and a new framework. Using Spring Boot, we will be covering microservices also. Okay, mainly three topics will be covered: Spring Framework, Spring Boot, microservices. During this Spring Framework discussion, I'll be giving a little bit idea about Jdbc and Hibernate framework as well. Okay, before Spring MVC module discussion, we will be discussing about a little bit servlets also, and during weekends we will be discussing lot of tools like Maven, okay, Gradle, Git, Bit, Lombox, JUnit. Lot of tools will be provided. Okay, and we do this exercise, we do these discussions during weekend so that within 50 sessions we will be able to complete all this. Okay, the duration here we are planning is 50 sessions. Okay, 50 sessions will take, and every recording and example will be shared with you via portal. Okay, for current batches also the same thing I'm doing. So one portal will be available to you. And yeah, good question. Weekly 5 sessions only, right? Only 5 sessions, weekdays only, Monday to Friday. Saturday, Sunday, week off. Okay. And daily 1 hour to 1.5 hour session. 1 to 1.5 hour. 7 to 8:30 like that. Okay. And the pattern also I was explaining you right yesterday. So we pick each topic from the so and so module. Let's say if I start with the core module, right? We pick each day one topic and the need of the topic and few examples and conclusion. So end of the microservices, right? We will be covering 70 to 80 topics. Each has a small piece and it will be covered, and we integrate all these topics together and we make one MVC application, fully application we can design. First we will learn piece by piece, smaller pieces, like when you want to build a car, you will be learning how to control steering, how to apply gear, how to use accelerator, brakes, cruise control. One by one, you will be learning here the same way to drive Spring applications. Okay, so that you'll be getting crystal clear idea on each topic, so easily you can apply that on your applications. where and what, how to apply them also we will be discussing. Okay. So yesterday we were introducing ourselves, right? Few people are coming from UI testing background, freshers. For anyone, this is a great time and we have great opportunity. Earlier, we don't have, such framework which simplified the development and opportunities also, right? Many opportunities we have in Spring Boot microservices. If a person know about Spring Boot microservices with a little bit database knowledge, he will definitely get a job. Okay, so that much opportunities we have. Earlier, that is not the case. Even if you are a fresher or if you have 1 2 years gap, just spend 2 3 months, just focus on Spring Boot microservices and do few use cases, few examples, prepare for the interview, you'll definitely get the job. Okay, that much vacuum we have in market. Every application is using Spring Boot. There is no alternative for it. There are many frameworks, many technologies, but so much simplified and industry friendly, right? Cloud friendly and simple framework. Anybody can pick up and start working on, like your Node.js, if you are from UI background. How we have concepts in Node, right? Auto wiring, dependency injection, main key concepts, similar concepts we have. Even we have the same concepts in AngularJS also, right? So same industry standards followed and designed this framework. Usually, right, the word framework, what it means. Usually inside this framework classes also, right? You go Spring Boot, microservices, or any framework. What usually we will have as part of frameworks, right? Whatever repeated problems we used to have, right? Same problems or same kind of struggle during coding, right? Same use case, same coding I'm doing for every application, and I'm not following best practices during that coding. If you follow core concepts, right? CoreJava and servlets, these two are the very core concepts from the Java. Using pure core concepts also, you can design your web applications or microservices and all. But you need to write a lot of code, and you should follow all the best practices, best design patterns you need to pick up and you need to write. For simple application also, it will take months of time to you, months to years. But when you pick up a best framework which is already followed, best practices, best design patterns given to us, if you use that, lot of code they implemented and given to us, just we need to use as they said. They will say use like this. If they if you purchase a Tesla car, they will say, or they will guide you how to drive it or how to auto drive it. Same way you should learn how to use this Spring framework, how to use it for your application development. So it will be easy for you once you learn, right? It will be easy to build any big enterprise level applications. The simplified architecture, they taken struggle, implemented it. Just we need to learn how to use that. That's it. Okay. So basically, we use this Spring framework for enterprise application development, web or enterprise, you can say, or microservice based. For simple web applications, microservices, and you can use for enterprise level applications also. like big banking applications also using it. So for the application which I used, right, banking application, last 4 years back, pure Spring MVC we were using there. Those Spring Boot microservices we have. Only new modules we shifted to Spring Boot, but the old application is there in simple enterprise application, which is having a lot of other tools integration, including Spring. So integration also simple here. If I use Spring framework for my application development, don't I need any other softwares or any frameworks? Means you must need, but the integration they made it simple. So you can integrate easily with any framework or with any API or any tool. The integration efforts also easy here. So if I use MVC, right, usually everybody will use this architecture for application development. The most important architecture that you need to know first is MVC, Model View Controller Architecture. By following this architecture only, everybody will design application. This architecture says, divide your application coding into multiple layers to manage them easily. Okay, so how many layers we design based on this MVC? Okay, without MVC also people can code. You don't know this architecture, you are first to this. If you don't know this architecture, how people will code? Let's say if I ask to develop web application, single page web application, okay? If I ask you to create a single page web application, something marketing application, marketing brochure, marketing brochure application, I ask you to implement. Just I am introducing iPhone 15 into the market. I just want a single page application where I want to show all the price details and all. So this application, single page application, or let have multiple links also. If people don't follow MVC, right, how they implement it here by using simple servlets consider. They'll write a servlet class. This is web component and HTML code required for front end. Okay, this is back end code. Front end code. And if any database concepts required, Jdbc. Together we can club and we can write the code. You can keep everything into a single Java class, Jdbc code, HTML code, your business logic based on the country. If you want to show the currency, that currency conversions, everything you can put it in a single class. If people doesn't follow architecture, they used to code like this. Keeping everything together also works, but it will create a lot of maintenance issues, readability, maintainability problems, right? For small HTML changes, you will be disturbing the entire class, which is having sensitive JDBC servlets code. Imagine if it is a single page small application, okay, you go edit and do the changes carefully. When you are maintaining large applications, large code base, if I keep together everything, thousands of lines code in one place, it will be very difficult to maintain that application. Today it looks fine to you, but tomorrow if somebody look into that code, you joined company, you worked for 2 months, you implemented it and you left. Somebody should come back into your place and they should understand your code and they should able to manage it. But they can't because You did everything together and you only can understand it. You only should explain to people what you did. Okay. So instead of keeping the complete code together into a single piece in one class, okay, people say follow MVC architecture. Okay, you should follow MVC architecture, model view controller architecture, to design your application. As per model view controller architecture, you will be having pure front-end layer separately. We call it as view. Here you can use your HTML, CSS code, JavaScript libraries. Then we make calls from front-end to back-end. Pure front-end. From front-end to back-end we call, again, back-end, right? If you consider this is back-end, back-end will have lot of classes separately. View layer. So as per MVC, V stands for view, will handle presentation. And who will talk with view directly? Who will talk with directly from backend means your controller. Controller is the one who talks with presentation. If you want to send data or if you want to read data, the one who helps you is controller. You can send your data to controller and you can take a response also from controller. So the controller is the one who helps you. Controller is the one who help you to forward data and to receive response. And only it will do read operations. You will be having form here. This data we will be do read operations here and finally we'll send response also. Send response back. We read request which is coming from front end and we give response. And if you have any business operations, you need to handle them into model layer. Okay, view controller model. So here you will be having your business code, whichever currency conversion operations you have. So for iPhone 15, initially they set up price in dollars, but while showing it in Indian market, I want to show it in rupees. Based on the country, I want to do that currency conversions. The logic I need to write right in the behind, from dollar to rupees, rupees to dollars, all that conversions taken place into your business logic. So here you will be putting your business code. And from where I'll be reading this data, actual prices and all are stored into database. Someone kept the data into DB. From here, I should read that data. Using a separate class, we do it. The class is DAO. So the DAO class will do pure database operations. Who will deal with the database, storing data, retrieving data? Your DAO will deal with it. DAOs will deal with the database. And if you send data, a request, controller will read from the backend, from front end to backend. If you send a request, controller will read it, and the same request it will forward. In Java, when you have multiple classes, we can create object for each class. Controller can create object for business class and it can forward this to business class method. and whatever that method will give as a response, it will receive that response back. The method response it will receive via return type will send the responses, right? Same thing. Same way, business can call DAO. Let's say if you want to save the record or update the record or select the record, we always take DAO help to do any CRUD operation. Okay. DAO meant for database operations. All CRUD operations you can do here using a Jdbc code or ORM code, we can do it. Okay, I don't want to go technically, but CRUD operations we handle here. So this is what we call model layer, controller view. This is what MVC, model view controller architecture we follow for any application development. This is very, very important. Who is, uh, starting our backend application development now, right? So you people need to learn this MVC architecture first. Okay, so this is the main key architecture for any application development. For what reason you need to follow this architecture? Without this also I can write code, nobody stops me, right? You can write, nobody stops means during code reviews we don't allow. Your senior will not allow if you put everything together. He will reject your code and he will ask you to follow MVC architecture and he will explain the same story. So the maintainability issues, to avoid the maintenance problems, right? If you maintain separate view layer, view experts can work on it without any dependencies, without any Java dependencies. They can work on it so that independently this layer can be developed and maintained easily. When they want to make calls, they can make calls. REST calls they can do from front end to back end. And as a backend Java developer, for doing read operations and to send the response only, have a controller. Controller will have pure front-end communication logic. The front-end communication logic will be part of your controller. From controller, we forward request to model. From controller, we forward request to model business class. Here we will have business code. Whatever business operations you wanted to handle, you can handle here. The same request we forward again to DAO once after business code is done. If you want to save data, approach DAO class method. It will do save operation or update, delete operations for you. And it give response, take that response and send to controller. Finally, controller will give response back to front end. Why I should follow this architecture means code maintenance is easy. Code maintenance. If somebody reports database issues, I can go DAO layer and there I can handle database operations. If somebody report business changes are there, I can go business code, business class, I can apply that business changes here. If somebody reports, I need some extra response, so you can directly visit your controller, check the response code here. It's easy to maintain. Okay, separately we maintain controller, separately we maintain business, DAO classes. So code readability, maintainability are very, very simple. Imagine a CDMA phone, which is tightly coupled like this. You people saw CDMA phones, Reliance started, right? Reliance, Motorola. I mean, Reliance is the first phone, CDMA phone, which I remember. We are not allowed to remove SIM and use new SIM. They just provide the complete device with the battery, SIM, everything. I don't know, will that phones internally have SIM or not? That phone will work with only Reliance network. No network we can use later point of time. They started selling it with for 1,000 rupees in 2000 itself. Okay, so you can't change the SIM. You can't change the network. You need to use same network, same phone until that phone dies. You don't have opportunity to do the changes. That much tightly coupled they did the phones. So in future, if you want to, discontinue with their network, and if you want to start using like BSNL network, they didn't given that opportunity. Later, GSM phones came. There you can insert any SIM and you can play. Then many network providers came into the market to provide SIM cards. So we people used to buy multiple SIMs with different networks based on the availability in that particular area, right? We can play with that SIM cards. We can remove one SIM and we can insert new SIM because that flexibility they have given. When you follow MVC architecture, you also will be getting the same kind of flexibility here. In future, if you want to remove a layer and if you want to add new layers, you can easily add it, right? But whereas in this architecture, whereas if you put everything together, models, controllers, logic, front-end logic together, maintenance is difficult. You can't remove everything because lot of code is tightly coupled. Either if you want to do the changes, entire class changes are required. But whereas in MVC, if you want to upgrade your application from Jdbc to ORM, you can discontinue the old DAOs and you can add new DAOs. It will give such flexibility. If you want to discontinue with your old business, if you want to add new business, you can add here. Such flexibilities you will have if you follow MVC, and readability also. If somebody joins into your project, if you left once after you worked on it, if somebody joins in your place, or if you join somebody's place, easily you can understand. You go and see views directly from the view packages. From controller, you will read and understand this is controller. From business package, you will read and understand this is business code. Easily you can read and understand what he did. Everybody will follow the same architecture. It's a universal architecture, everybody follows. So it will be easy to you to touch that code. Easily you can read it, you can maintain it, you can work on it. Okay, Sandeep, is it okay now? I didn't see your message. Yeah. Guys, yesterday I created this WhatsApp group, right? Advanced Java, not mandatory, Sai. Uh, Basic servlet knowledge, small amount of knowledge is required. So for that, I'll be giving you one workshop session, right? One session on servlets. That is sufficient. So here I shared this WhatsApp link, okay? Please join that group. Okay, please join this WhatsApp group, okay? So you will be not missing any communications, class related or timings or batches or links. When you see problems directly, you can approach me. Okay, na? Yeah. So, well, so we follow this architecture. Okay, first, let's say if you are becoming a civil engineer, okay, who constructs the building, imagine. You need to understand how to design properly 2 BHK or 3 BHK or duplex, triplex or apartment. Okay, high rise. When you want to build, you need to learn the architecture first. You need to draw it on paper. You need to draw it on paper. Then you will start working on it. Maybe you will use labor to start from the foundation to complete building, walls, pillars, slabs. That's how you will follow. Same way, any developer right here, you should lay out a architecture first. You need to put a architecture first. On top of it, we need to learn the modules, which module will fit on which layer, so that easily you can able to remember the things and you can apply at your real time. Okay, so using this MVC architecture, in this MVC architecture where we are going to fit our Spring MVC, we will learn. And the same thing we will apply and we will implement pure MVC based applications, end-to-end applications we will build using Spring Boot microservices. So you will be getting complete idea. End of the day, you should be professional, should able to implement application. If I give one requirement, you should imagine what, not imagine, you should ask what parameters you need in the front end. You will be asking me and you will be putting that parameters into the form, and then you will be implementing Spring controller, then business, then Spring DAOs, then you will be doing CRUD operations. Once after learning this framework, you will be in a position to design end-to-end MVC based application, either in microservices or monolithic applications. Simple, okay? Nothing complex, just your attention is required. And even people who don't want to learn all these 70, 80 topics, right? At least if they learn basic CRUD operations in MVC, they can survive. If they pass through interview, they can survive. Little bit knowledge on every area if they get. IOC importantly. Okay? IOC. At least this IOC module and MVC module, if they correctly focus, right? They can easily able to survive. Okay, so to the people who many of my friends are elders who are not in this technical industry, right? When I ask them why you didn't, though they completed their BTech, they are unable to remember the things. When we say this many topics, they are unable to remember and apply the things. They scared about it. So for the people who thinks in such a way, right, at least learn basic core concepts and MVC, you can easily survive here. But Spring is not complex. Spring framework is a simple framework. In such a way they designed. Learning also simple. Spring not only development, learning curve also simple. Okay, so learning Spring framework also simple. Like end of the day, we are going to uh, learn in a pattern like uh, what we say. We step by step, like a brick, how you will construct for a wall. Same way we will learn one by one thing on top of bricks, how do we put the bricks, right, to build a wall. Same way we learn. So end of the day, you will be in a position to build a home. One by one, step by step, we learn all the modules that makes you comfortable to build a complete wall. Same way we learn here. Same practice we follow here. So you will be in a good position end of the day, right? You can able to build your home on easily just by following the modules. By understanding these modules, you can easily able to think where I should place which module and how to use it. It's a simple, okay? I don't want to make it complicate to tell what is simple. Okay, so learning Spring is simple, easily can apply. And including this course, I'm giving tools that helps you to remember, or when you join a project, right? How to use Maven or Gits, how to clone the projects, how to create branches, how to pull the code, Git or Bitbucket, and how to work in your local. Finally, how to implement the JUnit test cases for the code coverage. We use unit test So how to do the unit testing, everything end to end you will get. So you should be finally right, at least a junior developer. You should able to handle Spring based applications. And in Spring microservices, nowadays, everybody using these microservices. In microservices, everybody equal. Means small pieces only we implement. You are a fresher or a senior or a lead. We put the same efforts. Microservices are simple. If I ask you to implement a microservice, you can implement it. A small piece or a small module will implement as a microservice. So you are the boss for your microservice. So everybody is equal there. Technically, nothing to do. Okay. Simple patterns we have, just we need to follow them and we should implement. So everybody or anybody can implement microservices easily, Yeah. So yeah. So I don't want to go uh, depth into the session. Okay. So this is what the architecture we follow. So by following this architecture only, I will go through each and every module so that you will be getting comfort on the modules which you are learning. Okay. And any questions? Ajay in detailed means, I don't know what does it mean. The complete Spring book we are
Yeah,
not going to read here. Okay. I mean, I don't even recommend it. Yesterday I was saying, right? That is not a good practice for any technical people, right? Technology. You should get all the idea about each and every module, and quickly you should able to learn them. If we adopt a pattern like uh, learning everything, I want to spend 6 months to 1 year. Okay. So you will be habituated to that pattern, and when new technology is coming into the picture, right, again you will be thinking in a same way that I need to spend again 6 months or 1 year to adopt it. But that is not the case. I don't recommend that kind of uh, patterns even for your learning. Quickly you should learn the things. Okay. So as a developer, you should able to adopt new technologies easily. And I don't think you need that much time. I'll be going in detail into the all important concepts which are not using, I don't want to entertain. Okay. So that's where this course is very much useful. Each topic is useful which we learn here. Complete real-time concepts. Okay. Yeah. Any questions? Yeah. Did you guys join this WhatsApp group? Everyone?
yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So shall we? Yesterday, few people missed, right? Shall we continue from there? Who not introduced in yesterday's session, right? You guys can continue. Let's share your thoughts. Why you joined here? What you are doing currently? So that I can imagine the audience are coming from which all backgrounds, right? So it is easy to me to understand your requirement also, and the audience speed also, how much speed they can adopt, so that during my sessions delivery, right, I keep remember the audience pulse, and I'll try to drive sessions to make you more understanding. Okay, so that's where talking to each other will helps us. Otherwise I'll go in one way. I don't know whether you people getting or not. End of the day, right, who all attending from day one to last session, my aim is you should able to code any requirement. If I give a use case, you should able to handle it. Such a practice I follow. So 100% you all should able to code. End of the day, if I give a requirement, if I ask you to implement a small microservice, by following all good patterns, you should able to implement it. Or if I ask you to implement a small web application in Spring Boot or Spring MVC, you should able to do it. I'll be expecting that from everyone. For that, just you need to attend this class and download the examples and run it in your local. My team also will be available to you. If you're stuck anywhere, you can reach out to them. They helps you to install the software, or if you stuck somewhere, they helps you to debug, to identify the problem, or you can reach out to me as well. Okay, so here if we are connecting, means this relationship goes very long, maybe for the years. One guy joined night sessions happening, not the night one. 8 a.m. one more session is going on. He was my student 6 years back, 6 7 years back. He's in US now. He attended offline sessions here, and now he's in US. He's saying to upgrade Spring Boot microservices. Again, he came back. So like that, many people are coming back who adopted the pattern which I teach, and not only from the learning point of view also, right? We can be friends. If you stuck somewhere, or if you need some help, or if you want to build something, um, a group to celebrate or something, right? We all will be friends forever. Okay, so at any point of time, I may meet you, or you people may meet me. Okay, so we can help each other. Such an environment I want to build. So I am very, very confident in this Spring area. If most of your you want to pursue your career into Spring Boot microservices, I can tell you all the opportunities, and I can make it simple for you. Okay, learning for preparation to the interview questions, and for the real-time project point of view also, how we use tools, how to talk with the teams, how to participate in Agile. You will be getting everything what I know. And in future, if I upgrade some tools like DevOps, cloud, anything, I'll be sharing that knowledge as well with you guys. Okay, so yeah, that's what my agenda, and that's what I feel. So that's where I would like to know each and everyone before proceeding, right? So we can, yeah, um yeah, go ahead, Ajay.
Yeah, yes, sir. Sir, if we don't know, means we are fresher to Spring everyone, so can I attend this?
Yes, the pattern which I teach will help everybody. Even I used to ask my friends who are not even from the technical background, I'm asking them to learn Spring. Such a easy pattern we follow.
Mhm. Yeah, I just sent this message because you told yesterday that it is fast track, so that's why.
No, see, fast track in see, it's all depends on the pattern. One message I used to say in sessions, um Just a minute, guys. Yeah, my kids are okay. Yeah, so here the pattern is important, like which pattern you follow. Some people will follow book and as it is, they will put it in the session, and they don't know the pulse, like people are getting it or not. That textbook style I don't follow here. Okay, so throughout my career, right, what I realized, I simplified and making it simple here. So that means I'm not delivering it. That means I am struggling it and making it simple for you. I struggled a lot and I am simplifying it. Imagine a topic from the textbook. If I go and if I tell all the topics by spending weeks of time together, finally your realization is zero. What is the use of it? Okay. So it's all depends on the pattern, like how we make people understand it. Once upon a time, while giving workshop in Bangalore, one guy, he was saying to me, he attended for almost 3-4 months in the Bangalore. For spring itself, they charged him 25 to 30,000 those days, right, in 2012-13 itself.
Hmm.
So he attended my session weekend workshop, okay, which I used to cover this complete spring framework. That time we don't have spring boot till here spring MVC, right? I
Yes.
taken 16 hours session, 8 hours, 8 hours, Saturday, Sunday. Finally, he was telling me, is it that much, simple to learn Spring? Within 2 days, I learned everything. Here, the people are, saying that this is a very big framework. The trainers itself, they are saying a big framework. You need to spend 4 months of time. You need to do this, that. But you made it very simple, like spoon feeding. I mean, that's what he realized. End of the day, he's saying it's simple, man. That you made it that much easy to us. Within 16 hours, imagine he learned everything.
Mhm.
It's all depends on the pattern. Okay, I should not miss the links. If I am creating a rope, I need to put the links in a order, one by one, one by one. If I put them easily, you will be understanding. End of the day, it will become a rope. I should not jump here and there, and you will be missing it. If somebody teach this, that between, and if they distract, you can't get links between, and you don't know how to stitch them. But that pattern I don't follow. One by one, as I go, finally you will be seeing that stitching proper.
Yeah,
Okay.
got it.
Yeah,
And our lecture is Monday to Friday.
Monday to Friday.
And weekend we are taking the all tools.
Tools. And all
Uh,
weekends we are not covering. Few weekends we connect.
okay.
Even it is very difficult to me
Uh,
working during day and sessions. Okay, take week off. Only weekday sessions only we have.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So what about others? Who all wants to talk? Batula, did we discussed? My friend Battula Ravi is from Tarak. Do you want to talk? Devesh, Manohar, NP, Narayanamma, Nazia, Priyanka.
Hi, Naveen, Srikanth here.
Yeah, Shrikant.
Yeah, I have around 12 plus years of experience, and currently I'm working as a tester. So the purpose of joining this course is to know more about the backend and how it works, and it might help in my testing and if I get an opportunity to work on development. So would like to learn more things. That's the purpose of joining this course.
Yeah, great. So that's what I was telling. Even are you writing Selenium cases?
Yeah, yeah.
So what is the pay difference? You are here or uh, where you are
I-
working now?
In Bangalore.
Bangalore, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What is the pay difference between the Selenium developer who are having 12 and your colleague who is a Java developer?
Yeah, there is a huge difference and depends on the company uh, and the skill set, right? If you say a Java developer, the opportunities are more.
More.
Yeah, and a learning curve is more. And automation testing, I'm not saying it's you're learning nothing, but we do have, but the limited. And
Mm,
we get to know more technologies, more opportunity to work with the different clients. You can move around. So,
mm. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think Selenium also simple
yeah,
or writing Cucumber cases. Are you writing Cucumber and
not exactly, but I know
uh, yeah, yeah.
this is
So I saw the difficulty level from the Java, background. I see again that that is more difficult than Spring Boot microservices part. So that's where I
yeah,
realized and asking the people why you are putting so much, from the opportunity side. Okay, who wants to really, implement that test cases as well, but why can't you become a developer as well?
correct.
Okay. So it's
Yeah,
easy when I compare with the Selenium, right? You are reading the properties, preparing arrays, and passing that values. That is very difficult part. Okay. Here we don't have that much struggle. The framework is doing everything. Just you need to, frame it in a proper way. That's it.
correct. And
Uh,
if you want to survive in this, what is that, backend development, is it
mm.
mandatory to know the UI technologies, or can we stay in the backend, pure back?
For your experience, you need to get hands-on on front end also. Okay.
Okay, okay,
Again, that is not difficult. Front end don't think don't look into that code. I need to write everything. So UI UX people will provide all the layouts, forms, everything. Just we need to know that connection part, how
okay,
people are posting through Postman. You do testing, right? By
correct.
sending the data or reading the data. Same stuff, the same code you need to learn in that front end technology also. How
Okay,
to post the data, how to get the data.
okay, okay.
Okay, so
Oh,
that is again simple part, simple thing. If you learn that, you can easily, code in front end also. It's not a difficult. If you do want to use cases, you will get hands on.
okay, okay. Thank you.
Hardly five cases, right? Create, update, delete, select all. That's it.
Okay, there is more
Learn
of
this.
an AP calls.
That's it. That's
Okay,
it. That is what we implement in backend also.
okay,
Front end to back end to front end. If you do this 2 times this exercise, you will be backend developer.
okay, okay,
If you do it with Angular, you will be becoming a Angular with the backend, or React, a full stack developer. And
okay.
little bit SQL knowledge. SQL is not at all difficult. Half an hour thing, learning SQL.
Yeah, I have some basic idea about
Mm.
SQL. Yeah,
So, yeah, great.
thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Srikanth. So, anyone? wants to talk, or shall we discuss tomorrow? And mostly I don't want put entertaining sessions here with the name of demo. So we will close these demos by tomorrow, and I need to jump into the topics. Okay. I would recommend you all to get a permanent link. Okay. Once done with your payments, send screenshots to this. Already they shared it in the chat. You people can, didn't they share? Okay. Maybe in a mail, right? They must have shared all the payment options here. Please go through that and just reserve your seat. And for sure, I'm telling you, you are in right place. Okay. If you really coming here for knowing what happening Spring Boot microservices, you are in the right place. Yeah. So the payment details also I shared with you. Please, go through the payments and get the regular link. We'll be closing these demos tomorrow. Okay. And we'll
Hello.
continue regular session. Yeah.
Hello, this is Saroja.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, can we attend by this course? Can we attend the interviews for the framework, Spring Boot, and microservices?
Yes, of course. You will be
Yeah.
you will becoming expert here. You can. And this Q&A also I'm preparing. So I'll be sharing that links with you. So we do this exercise maybe for every, after 1 week, we do this exercise and we will see where we are.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll do interview session also, a mock kind of session we will do end of the sessions. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll tell you how to answer or how to drive the interview. You must be
Mhm.
expert or not, but so driving interview also matters, right? So
Yeah.
that skills also I'll tell you how I used to follow.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Any questions? Okay. If you join this WhatsApp group, right, you can see my number there. I'm the admin. If you have any issues, right, during the payments or anything, you can reach out to me. Okay. Anytime I'll be available. So I'll be sharing it on group also. Okay. So I'll connect to that group and share this payment details as well. Please join that group. Okay. Yes, Navya.
Hello,
Yeah.
sir. How many topic is covered in microservice, sir?
All the patterns. Around 20 plus concepts are there.
It is mostly covered, no, sir?
Mm-hmm. Everything I shared you microservices org, na? All the topics will be covered.
Oh.
I don't have any special content. I follow this microservices org. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Actually, I have deeply knowledge in microservice regarding for this. That's why I joined this course.
Yeah. So you will get
Okay, thank you, sir.
comfortability on microservices development. Okay. What
Okay, sir.
personally I felt also I'll be teaching there how many types of services we can build and how to use functions or lambdas. Okay, and no SQL, all that differences also we will be seeing. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay.
End of the day you will be providing certificate. Yeah, certificate of course you will get. Okay. So once after this course you will be definitely getting certificate. DurgaSoft will share. Who all wants to certificates, right? After course, just just send me email to me or DurgaSoft. We will prepare certificate and send you that copy. Yeah. Any more questions?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, can you share the portal link once again? Actually, yesterday I could not copy.
Spring. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, no worries. Any questions? Okay, so get the payments done and send the screenshots to that email or their WhatsApp numbers. Or if you have difficulty to reach out them, you can reach out to me. And my number also, let me ping you. Already I shared the link. WhatsApp group. You can call to this number as well, okay? This is my personal number. 248, yeah. You can reach out to me also. Or you can note down 9182662482. Okay. You all noted? Yeah. So that's all, guys, for today. We'll meet tomorrow by 7 a.m. Okay. And don't miss any session, okay? And if you miss it also, no issues. Daily videos will be available. Okay. So you will be getting this portal. Demo videos will be available in video. Yeah. So I'll be sharing it with you. So you will not be missing anything. Daily videos, demos, everything will be available with examples. Okay. So that even if you miss 1 or 2 sessions also, you can just go through the videos. Yeah. So if no questions, we'll close it for today. We'll meet tomorrow. Okay. So please, guys, just sign up for this course and let us start with regular training. Okay. Yeah. Thank you all. We'll meet tomorrow. Till then,
Thank you, sir.
good day. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Bye.